It was the year 2022. 4 years ago, I had gone to play badminton. And when me and my friend Raju were taking a break, I had a conversation with him. And Raju was telling me about his financial situation at home. I really felt bad about it. And then Raju gives me this piece of information. Hey Ani, why don't you have a look at this book? Poor Charlie's Almanack, written by the legendary Charlie Munger. And I was surprised. I was like, wait, why is Raju asking me to read that book? And then I came to know that Charlie Munger is one of Warren Buffett's business partner for the company Berkshire Hathaway. And I started to gain curiosity, and I came to know in this book there are 5 principles which I learned, and I feel it is equally important for me to teach you. Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here. Welcome to the 8th video of your best financial life. In today's video, we are going to connect general topics with finance from what I have learned from this book, Poor Charlie's Almanack. Let's move on to the first point. The first point is going to be your human psychology. Now, why am I taken this word human psychology? See, usually when you invest your money in the equity market, this is solely with respect to equity market, you have 2 major emotions with you, your fear and your greed. You would have noticed certain instances where fear and greed is at extreme peak. You would have seen fear especially when 2020 COVID had struck. And you would have seen extreme greed when the 2024 elections were over, especially after the same government was back in power. This is solely India related. Now, why am I talking to you about COVID or the government when it came back? Is that you would have noticed at these times the fluctuation in the equity market was directly impacted to how people think. If you would have seen your Nifty 50 or your Sensex with respect to Indian markets, they almost crashed 30% during the COVID fall. And in 2024, the same markets, they reached their all-time high. Why is this human psychology very important? See, for a normal retail investor, it is very important to know the emotions of what people are doing. And it's pretty obvious that you would have seen certain scenarios. But for you to take rational decisions for your money, you need to understand the importance of psychology. That's what is given in this book. Just imagine you did the opposite. You would have bought loads. If suppose you say 5,000 is a big amount right now, you bought 5,000 rupees of whatever mutual fund, whatever share or whatever you wanted. See, I'm not a financial, legally related advisor. I'm just giving you all my thoughts. Suppose you would have bought 5,000 in that extreme 30% of correction. It would have been a very big bonus. And similarly, if you would have bought something over here when the government was re-elected back, you would have obviously earned whatever. What I'm trying to tell is you need to understand what you're doing in the equity market, which is very, very important, because eventually we are all dealing with human beings. That's why human psychology becomes very important. Let's move on to the second point. Your second point is that learning should be continuous. How many times have you noticed that you feel that you might be in whatever age group you are in right now? Wouldn't you have got that thought, अरे I know everything, मुझे सब कुछ आता है. But then, as you age up or as you talk to new people, you understand, okay, the knowledge and information that you have is less. It's not in less compared to what you're talking with the other person, but you tend to know, you keep understanding, okay, the other perspectives of different people. Basically, in simple words, what I'm trying to tell is, this book has taught me that how much ever knowledge you gain, how much ever you're an expert in your life, you can always keep learning. I'll give you an instance from my life. So I was walking on the road and there was a person who came up to me and told me, you will be blessed. I was very confused. Wait, that person does not even have any relation to me and he's coming and telling me, you will be blessed. In return, whatever, I told him thank you and I gave him a 10 rupees note. See, that you will be blessed, psychologically for me, it will be like, okay, just leave it. Somebody came and told all of this. But understand, when the blessing has come from the other person, it has a lot of impact and value. This is a small example. And when I read these finance books, I came to know whatever knowledge I have been accumulating so that I can earn is very less. What is very less? The knowledge. That's why learning becomes a very key and crucial aspect in your life. And it has to always keep going throughout your life. Because learning is the most important aspect. After school and college, you would have noticed, once you would have started your corporate life or your business life, where is the learning? Today's day, learning has become social media. Books and all are still in the libraries, but there's no point. You can use social media for learning, but when you actually read, you understand the importance that there is a lot of knowledge out there, which if you put it in your brain, it becomes very crucial. Let's move on to the third point. The third point which I learned was Charlie Munger mentioned this term, compounding. And this is the third or fourth time I'm telling the same point from my past videos as well. See, this word compound. What is compound? I've told you, it keeps 1, 2, 3, 4. On a layer of 1, you have 2. You get interest, it becomes 3, 4. This is with respect to money. Not ideally, you can see it happening to every part of your life. Whether you are exercising, whether you're taking care of your health, whether you're spending time with your friends, there will be a time when you keep doing something on a habitual basis, that energy you transfer, whether it is reading a book or investing, it goes to an extreme level, especially after 10-15 years. The small changes you won't know. I've heard this term. There are decades when nothing happens, and there are days when decades happen. Meaning to say, for like around 10 years, you won't know, you'll be always confused, what is happening in my life? But you will not know that 10th year will be the perfect year where all the 9 years of the struggle you have given will eventually start to shoot up. And that is the power of compounding which I want you to learn. Whether it's your finances, your personal life, your relationship life, or whatever life. It's very important for you to know this concept. Moving on to the fourth point. Your fourth point is in terms of investing. You understand what you invest in. Now, what is this? You understand what you invest in. See, usually what happens if a friend of yours has invested in a equity or something, especially a stock or a business, which price of it has started to shoot up, your brain will create a lot of fear of missing out emotion. That fear. Remember I taught you? And you would obviously feel, oh, I also need to put because my friend is making money, perfect time. And the moment you put your money, it all vanishes, goes to negative. That's why it's very important. Whichever asset class you decide to put your money into, you should have 100% conviction. Whether somebody tells me whatever, I know the business which I have chosen to invest my money is key, and nobody can shake that commitment or thought from my mind. If you have that, the only answer left with you is wait, patience. Because the business you have chosen in the equity market may not give you returns for the next 3-4 years, just as an example. But there will be a time, I don't know, it could be the 5th year, 6th year, that all your losses can get erased and go up to the profitability sector. Why? Sector as in, if suppose you bought a share, a stock at this price, and the eventual 6 months later it comes down here, and if you still keep your commitment that there will be a time that this business will overturn and go up. Why? Because the fundamentals of the business is so strong that you know their equity, return on equity, their compounded average growth rate, profitability, profit after tax, and revenue, operating margins. These are all jargons I'm telling you right now. But if you understand these, which are given in the balance sheet and profit and loss statement, it's a very big bonus which will help you keep the conviction in the business which you have chosen. This is what is understanding what you invest in. It's very easy to get the fear of me not investing in that asset class because a friend of mine is investing. But answer is commitment to what you understand, you invest in that, and it will help you a lot. Mind my words. It is really very important that you keep committed. It could be difficult, but with time you will understand the why which I have given you in this video. Let's move on to the 5th point. The 5th point, what I've learned is patience. What is this word patience here, and how is it related to money, the concept of this book? Now the word patience here is wait. What is the meaning of the word wait? Keep it slow, take your time. I've been giving you examples of asset classes and whatever. See, for any transaction you do in your Demat account, you will obviously have to be paying tax and your brokerage fees, stamp duty, excise duty, or whatever taxes you have to pay. But just give a thought. You choose any mutual fund or you choose a stock, but the same commitment of the 4th point, you have it and you keep investing it because the why is clear. If you know why you are investing in that asset class, suppose I need to buy this car named what car? Okay, just I'll tell you my favorite car. My favorite car is Rolls Royce. Suppose I need to buy this car Rolls Royce, which is worth 10 crore plus, around 10 crores. It is pretty obvious that by the time I start saving, investing, due to inflation, it's not possible for me to buy this car. But I very well know if I invest in myself, and if I know that the best investment is a human being, and I keep compounding on it, I keep growing, there will be a time when that patience of mine in the growing stage and the learning stage, along with the investments, will grow to an extreme level whereby 10 crore will be like easy to pay. So what I'm trying to tell you is the patience which you keep Whether it's in your personal life, your health, your exercise, your relationships, your friendships, becomes very, very crucial. I cannot give you a 10-year example of this, but a 2-year example which I've used for my social lives and friends around me, it has really helped. I have seen that patience is one of the most important things, and if you learn it, you learn the skill, you train your mind. Patience is one of the biggest skill which is very rare to find. And mark my words, if you master this skill, it will eventually change your life. Thank you for watching this video. And if you really found these 5 points useful, please do share this video. And all credits to Charlie Munger for writing this brilliant book, Poor Charlie's Almanack. This is Anirudh Bellare signing off. Thank you.